to the stand, only she can, only Feehans. It's only Feehans.
Hello! I'm a little kooky today, guys. We are getting a punchy Feehan. Hello, welcome back to another episode of OnlyFeehans, another solo ep. Mabel, what's going on with that lip tuck? Okay, just stay there. Stay there. Oh, sorry, scratch. I just scratched your nose. This is off to a terrible start. Are you okay? Yeah, you're tough. Mabel, we have so much to talk about. Hey, guys. Welcome back to me. I've been all over the place. I went to Alaska, and I did just record an episode of Do-Rag and the Deer Tag, but if you want to listen to me getting interrupted about my trip to Alaska, please go over and listen to that episode. But if you want to hear me talk without interruption about every tiny little minutia thing about the tiny area of Alaska that I visited, I'm now an expert, and you guys are the lower 48, and I'm different now. I feel like I could survive on my own. I could shoot a moose, I could shoot a bison, I could shoot a reindeer because I ate reindeer sausage, and you probably never have. Have you had reindeer sausage, Tim? Tim wasn't ready to be on mic.
Yes. I've not.
Shut up! The first thing? God damn it.
I've eaten reindeer before, but not had reindeer sausage.
So no,
I guess no, sorry.
I highly recommend going to Alaska. It's far as away. Have you ever been there?
I have not.
There's flights out of Chicago. That's what I flew out of. I know you're from Indiana, but you know what I mean.
I know. My uncle and my cousin go every year.
Every year?
Yeah, they go fishing.
So they go in like more the summertime?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's so much to know about this place. It's so crazy. Every night that I was there, the sun didn't set until like 9:45, 10 p.m.
Whoa.
But it woke up regular time. The sun was up at 6 or 7 because, that's where I was awake at that time. I stayed at this hotel called the Captain Cook. Lovely establishment. They had a sauna and a steam room in the women's only. They didn't do co-ed gym. I loved it. It was me and a bunch of old ladies working out every morning, having fun, getting ripped before I was picked up by Bradley. Shout out to Bradley Butcher. If you are ever in Alaska and you want to know where the hot comedy show is, follow Bradley Butcher. He was such an amazing tour guide, too. Every morning, 8 a.m. Kerryn, are you ready for your adventure? What do you want to do today? Hike to a waterfall? Sure as do. We went to... I'm not wearing my hoodie. I wore it on the Do-Rag podcast, but my Alaska hoodie that I bought at the Conservation Center. That's where we went on Friday. It's like a 2-hour drive, and then they have all this space and all the animals there had been injured, so they couldn't be reintroduced into the wild, otherwise they die. So it's not really a zoo. It's more like a rehab for the wild animals. And I saw lynx in there. And at the shows every night, and thank you guys for coming out to the shows. Both early shows were sold out both nights for your girl. Late shows, not sold out, but very full and excellent crowds. And I met a pro hockey player, and I met a guy who did the Iditarod. Do you even know what that is? Do you guys even know what that is? I met a guy who did it. And some bitch in the crowd. No, she was fine. She was nice. Everybody was nice. But this one chick was like, what'd you place? Like, what was your time? Da-da-da. But I wasn't going to make him answer those questions. I was like, did you finish it? He was like, yeah. I was like, all your dogs lived? He was like, yeah. I'm like, 10 out of 10. That's great. Good for you. I don't care how long it took you. I don't care if you won. Because I had gone dog sledding. We haven't even talked about the dog sledding yet. As I was trying to go chronological.
Oh, okay.
I did a tram up to a mountain, the Alyeska Resort. It's Alyeska. And the whole time I kept saying, this sounds like a girl with an annoying accent trying to say Alaska. Like she's like, Alyeska. Where are you going? Alyeska. That hit the first time. When I kept repeating it, everyone was bored. But we took a tram. Oh, let's take my socks off in case these guys aren't interested in Alyeska, even though you should be, because it's so cool. It's funny. I told some people I was going there. I'm not going to name names, but a lot of people were like, why? Like on purpose? Like you're going there on purpose? I'm like, it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to in my life. It's untouched still. It's so like a different animal up there. They call us the lower 48. It gives very strong separatist vibes up there.
Mm-hmm. The Upper Peninsula of Michigan does that as well.
Do they?
Yes.
What? They They can't.
I know. It's gross and weird.
Yeah, you're not high up enough. Like when you go to Alaska, like I did, everywhere you drive, you're surrounded by mountains. It's like out of a movie. You're like Santa. You're just at the North Pole. But it was 50 and sunny. That's one of the questions somebody asked me. Low of 34, like maybe in the morning it was that cold or like while I was asleep. But the days I really lucked out on weather, it was 50 and sunny. It was like similar to here. I think you guys got like a spring day here, but mostly totally lovely weather. I layered when I went dog sledding just in case, but I think I would have been fine without it. Dog sledding. I went dog sledding. Shout out Jeremiah and Snowy Hook dog sledding. Snowy Hook Adventures is what they're called. We were the last dog sled of the season, the last run that they did. And I guess when Jordan Rock went, they went like on a different, like more of a group trip. But we got our own like private expedition. And they drove us 20 more minutes, like up way high into the mountains where the snow was. And I'm sure you guys have seen my Instagram stories, but I just keep thinking about it. It was just freaking glorious. I felt like I was in that movie. What's the movie? Cliffhanger? With
Snow Buddies.
Snow Bunnies. That's the movie I thought I was in. You just feel like you're in a National Geographic episode or whatever. Like you're in a documentary.
You talking about Cliffhanger?
Yeah, maybe.
With
Sylvester Stallone?
Yes.
Maybe I am.
Okay.
Who knows what I'm thinking about? I'm different now. I've been to the upper equator.
How did the dogs compare to Mabel?
Okay, so first of all, look at Mabel's face. The jacket that I wore dog sledding when I came back yesterday, Mabel spent a good 10 minutes sniffing it. She was like, what the f-? And they're like, where the f- did you go, bitch? Because I was all over these dogs, too. It's very interesting. So dog sledding they used to use Malamutes, which are huge. I don't know if you're familiar with a Malamute. Malamute looks like a supersized husky. But that was essentially like having Clydesdale horses pull a carriage. Yeah, they were big and strong, but they were slow. So over time, they just started like picking like attributes from a bunch of different breeds to what now is called an Alaskan husky. And the guy's like, I don't know what they're like. You could look them up and it could give you like 13 different breeds. It's just they kept finding the strongest, fastest, and they kept breeding them to make them like. And they're smaller than Mabel. Like one of them was only 18 months old. She was so cute. She was in my pictures. And then the lead dog was Blue Sky. Or Blue Cat? Oh, yeah, Blue Cat. Sorry, there's Blue Cat. And then there was George did a really good job. There was a Storm. And so when you go back to where they keep the sled dogs, the dogs just sort of like roam free everywhere. It's like heaven for dogs. And a lot of them are older, retired, but they can run until they're like 10 years old. But there was a couple of them on there. I was like, how old is this one? He's like 17. I was like, how old is that one? He's like 16. I was like, oh my God. But they're still like in great shape. And when the dogs run, they stop them after they've been going for a while and let them have a break. And then they jump in the snow. And after when we were coming back, I saw why. You feel them. Their bodies are hot.
Whoa.
But dogs can't sweat. And I know that. I've known that. Dogs can't sweat. They can a little bit out of their paw pads, but like mostly like if they overheat, it's really bad. I learned a lot about dog psychology too from Jeremiah. Shout out Jeremiah and Snowy Hook Adventures in Alaska where I went and you guys probably didn't. I just sometimes you think of things like descriptors for yourself, and I don't think a lot of people will be like, yeah, Kerryn, outdoorsy, Alaska, slow dog sledding vibes, She's more like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, mall vibes. But I had so much fun. I can't wait to go back. It's just the food was so good. I had this crab stuffed halibut, and you open the halibut and it was like the whitest, brightest white, like you felt like you were on a glacier looking at it.
Damn.
I felt it was like a little fish glacier.
That sounds awesome.
The weed was really good in Alaska. We got a sponsor for the second show. I think they're the Roots, Raspberry Roots. Shout out to them. They gave out cool shirts and joints. And yeah, it was met a lot of cool people. There's a lot of oil money up there. There's also just a lot of opportunities to make money. You can have a real entrepreneurial spirit up there. Yeah, I met. Oh. This is going to be the whole pod, me remembering little factoids. So there's a native Alaskan and then like a native Alaskan. Like you could be like born and raised there, like me and you, like white people, and you get money every month from the state I think it's from the state just for living there, just for being an Alaskan. But if you're a native Alaskan, like an Eskimo or like Native American, you get more money because of like reparations because they like stole some of the land, I guess.
I would say they stole all of it, but yeah. Yeah. But yes.
One would say that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm woke, though.
You're woke as fuck.
That's why I'm broke.
Woke and broke, baby. Yeah, I met this guy named Herschel from Kentucky, and he was there with his Hawaiian wife who did not like me. She just made me stutter from wherever she is. But I could tell she was just like, I don't know. I kind of teased her a little bit. But it was fun. It was fun. Everybody in the crowd was great. I met Bradley's parents. They were the sweetest people. His sister. I met his dog, Ellie. You know, it's kind of like when you're in New York and somebody like visits you and they're like, I want to see the Empire State Building. I want to go to Times Square. And we're like, yeah, you know, fuck, we could do that whenever we want, but we don't want to. But in Alaska, it's like, I want to hike to a waterfall. They're like, all right, yeah, sure. Like there's so much Alaska stuff to do. Do you know how many lakes there are in Alaska? Guess.
Okay. Well, there's 1,000 lakes in Minnesota.
Good. That's
so good. Now let me think about Alaska's bigger. I'm going to say 1,002.
Are you trying to play Price is Right rules with the lakes in Alaska?
Yeah.
You're not going to believe me when I tell you, but anyone can look this up, and I'm not lying. 3 million lakes.
Wow.
I know. A lot of them are unnamed, and you're like, there's no way. But when you look it up, they're like, yeah, that's what they guesstimate. Because you're driving by a lake a second, too. Like the highways that we kept driving, it was like mountains and glaciers to my left, and then on the other side of the mountain where it was like starting to melt, there are just these little waterfalls that poke out of the mountainsides.
It's true. I just looked it up. Over 3 million natural lakes.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like you could just like go to Alaska, like scope out a lake and be like, can I build a log cabin here? And the answer is probably. And then you get money from the government for living there, and you try to live off the land as best you can. I was talking to, if anybody's going to mingle with a townie, it's your girl, okay? I'm blue collar through and through. I can talk to anybody if I'm in the right mood. But this guy, and he kept saying the same thing over and over, and every time I was like on his side even more, I was like, what the? So there are these fishing boats in Alaska now, and they're just so powerful. They go and they suck everything out of the ocean. So every type of like fish or sea mammal or whatever, there's a shit ton of bycatch. And so he says year after year, there's been less and less salmon, king salmon specifically because of these big shipping things. And he kept going, they used to blame it on the sports fishermen, but it wasn't us. It wasn't us. So yeah, I ate halibut. I had an Alaskan king crab cake Benedict. That was good. Reindeer sausage, seafood chowder that was so delicious. I was like, I can't even identify all the wonderful seafood in this chowder. I'm like, where we had breakfast, Snow City, I had the best cinnamon I've ever had. Yeah, and the dog sledding, I just kept saying, like, this is the best day of my life. Because it's just, I was in awe of your people, your dogs, Mabes. You would have been the biggest one on the sled. They take between 8 and 12 dogs. You would have been the biggest one, Mabes. They're all kind of smaller than you, like 60, 70 pounds. We could get you down to snow sled weight if you want.
She seems sad and jealous that she didn't get to go with all the other dogs.
Well, I mean, it's like we teach these dogs like not to pull on the leash, right? It's all about leash manners, this and that. But instinctively, these motherfuckers want to pull.
Oh yeah, this motherfucker today almost ate a damn bird.
Oh, pigeon?
Yeah. It just was. I'm like, pigeon, you better move. It was.
Well, that's what I used to call her, the angel of death. She's only going for them if they're on their way out. She's like, she's sending them to their maker. She's putting them out of their misery sometimes. You don't know. That pigeon probably has a belly full of garbage.
Oh.
That's kind of why I don't want her to do it, though.
Oh, that's why we had to have Toe stop eating rats because the rats are so full of poison.
They are. Same with Mabes. Mabes would eat a rat, no problem. Mabel, even like one time I was eating a croissant, and un croissant, like there's like flaky crumbs no matter what you do. You can't get around it. All those little birds were trying to eat them, and Mabel like just turned around and was like, I'm like, Mabel, you can't eat the little ones. It was like, it wasn't even an attack. It was the laziest, like, I'll take one. It's like a nugget. Okay. I'm gonna look at my AMA really fast, just because. What? I don't care. Just because I want to make sure I'm not missing any questions about Alaska.
So were all the dogs well trained? Like, are they
well trained? I mean, it's not even like. Not only are they're so friendly. All of them are super friendly, and they want to like love you and come up to you. A lot of them do the lean thing, where they're like, "You're mine now." There was one that I met back at the kennel who didn't come on the trip with us, and I was like, "Oh, she's leaning on me." They're like, "Yeah, she'll go anywhere with you." I was like, "Oh, put her in my pocket. I want to take her home." But so they understand verbal commands. That can work. So there was this one time where we were going on. Like for most of it, you could see the trail, but this one part nobody had gone before, so he had to have them like hook wide, and it's confusing to them because they see the trail, they want to just go forward, but he goes, I forget the word he used for it, but it was like out, I think, and then they all go left. Most of them go left. Lead dogs are good. Second tier dogs are good too, but then you got goofballs in the middle who are like, la, 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 la. But the lead dogs usually get them in order. Oh, they were so great. I love them all. So much. This is the first question I looked at. What are you going to do with all that junk inside your trunk currently? Because they're fucking dorks.
They say currently at the end?
Yes. Why is that adverb so funny? Currently, in this moment. Oh my God, I'm so happy you loved it. There's only one question that matters. Best things you ate. Yeah. I told you guys. Halibut, king crab, seafood chowder, lots of seafood.
I have a question. Was the king crab cheaper there than it is here, or was it more expensive because everything's still pretty expensive?
It was expensive.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if it's slightly less expensive.
But it's still really pricey.
Yes.
Okay.
If I was going to have a job, I would be a king crab fisherman.
Micah says I'm not allowed to because I'll die first day.
Why?
It's the most dangerous job in the world. And she's like, you would get smashed between those pots.
Nah, we'd be all right.
No, I'm too accident prone. I'd die.
I bet they wouldn't even let me on the ship. I show up with my overalls and like gloves on, like, let's go crabbing. Like,
it's a great workout.
They're like, get out of here. There's other stuff that's really dangerous that people do in Alaska too, like oil rig stuff. Yeah. A lot of they're great. It's like a lot of just outdoorsy guys and their wives who have learned to be quiet. Honestly, this was the vibe.
Learned, taught.
Tomato. But I'm f***ing around. Like Bradley's mom and like Kiefer's mom, they run marathons. They're like super, a lot of them just like healthy by nature, and they don't have perfect circumstances to work with as far as like circadian rhythm and your environment. Like it's really fucking dark there for a big chunk of the year. And then they have this thing called the midnight sun in June where the sun doesn't set. Like they start baseball games at 10 p.m. at night and they just freaking rage. That's like Bradley. I'm serious. Follow him. Check him out because he's doing another series in the summer. I'm pretty sure at the PAC, which is the Performing Arts Center, bigger venue. But just I think really ideal for a comic who likes to travel and do stuff to like, these gigs are. I didn't nap. I haven't taken a nap in like 5 days.
Whoa.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Mabel's like, bullshit. I'm like, I swear to God, no naps. Just because your days are so full of adventures. Somebody said, what is sexier, smoking, cigarettes, or vaping? Both disgusting. I mean, but cigarettes is less disgusting. Somebody said, I'm from Anchorage and would love to hear a recap of your trip. Oh, we also ate at the Moose's Tooth, which is like a standard spot where people eat. I saw 2 mooses. I saw a lynx. This was at the Conservation Center, so every night on stage I would go, I saw a lynx. And like native Alaskans were like, no f***ing way. That was probably my best prank all weekend. One of my best pranks. I'd be like, "Did you see lynx today?" I did, but I saw it at the conservation center. It was in a cage, and they got really mad because you can't see lynxes. I guess they're very elusive. Some guy got mad at me. I think his name was Jimmy or Sean. He was hammered, and he came up to me. He's like, "You didn't see a lynx?" I'm like, "Yes, I did. I saw a lynx. I lived here for 7 years. I've never seen a lynx." And I'm like, "Well, maybe you get too drunk, dude. Maybe you stay sober for a couple of days. Maybe you see a lynx." And then another guy came up to me. He goes, "I'm not supposed to tell you this, but I shot a lynx. You can get $250 for their pelts or whatever."
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, you shoot 5 of those in a day. That's a good day. That's butthole money right there. Is it cold in Alaska? Would you wear your tires outfit there? My tires outfit, my bikini from the first season. You guys don't know about my outfit for the second season, but it's pretty sick. And no, I cannot wear either of those outfits. Roughing it in Alaska. Oh, one of the most, not famous, but everybody was talking about the strip club there, the Bush Company. I think that's what it's called. Shout out to the Bush Company. The strippers in Alaska make so much money that women will fly in just to audition and like to see if they'll get a job at the club, and then they'll live there because there aren't that many strip clubs in the surrounding area. I'm curious to know the ratio of just men to women, period. There's just more men out there.
Yeah, because they fly out to work at the oil and doing the fishing and stuff. Because a lot of them, I think, live in Seattle too.
That makes sense. Because that flight's probably not that long. Maybe won't. When's the last time you threw a snowball? It's been a while. I could have done it when we were dog sledding, but that would have been like a weird move. Like the guy's taking us out on this nice tour, and then I just deck him with a snowball. Thanks for the ride, Jeremiah. Yeah, they all have like cool names. Jeremiah, Titus was one of the dog sledding guys. They're all like tough guy Nordic guys. I like that.
For every 110 men, there's 100 women.
That's not that bad, actually.
No, it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Just so, most of them are uggos. I'm just kidding. They're Alaskan beauties. This guy goes, favorite bourbon and favorite exercise at the gym. I don't drink. When I used to drink, though, I liked Jameson. That's not really a bourbon, I guess. What's a bourbon? Like Black Label?
Kentucky-made whiskey. But yeah, like...
Johnny Walker. Mm-hmm. Is that a bourbon?
I think so.
Johnny Walker Blue. The expensive one. Hold on. And the favorite exercise at the gym? Glute thrust. That was a good question. Will you ever do any shows in Tampa, St. Pete? I was just fucking at Side Splitters, you fuck. I'll be there next winter. So don't fucking ask me that again. Did you really enjoy Alaska, or are you just being nice? Like, that's the type of question I get. Hold on. That guy is black. There are black people in Alaska, but I see his reticence or reservation. I don't know the right word I meant. But here's the thing. Dogs, not really a black people thing. Mm-hmm. Water sports, not really a black people thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I if you don't want to go there, you don't have to go there. I wouldn't advise going somewhere where you're like afraid of half the activities.
Yeah.
Just in general.
It doesn't seem like a spot for anyone who wants to be outside. It seems like if you're an outdoorsy person, it's the perfect place for you to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you've lived in other climates, especially like northern climates, and you're not like, oh, heavens to Betsy, it's freezing out here. Like if you know how to be a human in the wild. I heard some horror stories too about adventurers. There's certain hikes people would go on, and then you run into like a marsh or a mud patch, and they get stuck in the mud. Mm-hmm. Think of that way, and they die. I can't think of a more horrific way to die.
You have to, I think the trick, you have to lay down flat and you have to like army crawl your way out because your legs get suctioned to the ground. Yeah,
but I don't know. If you're laying flat, you might just get suctioned arms now too. Your fucking face sucked in. I'm like, oh, is him saying how to kill oneself?
Well, you make it faster, I guess.
Yeah, because if it's just your feet and it's just like, and then the tide eventually comes in, so you're just stuck and you have to slowly kind of drown like that as the tide comes in. That is a terrible way to go.
That is so brutal.
Oh, I would figure out how to kill myself. This was a conversation. I think we had this conversation one night. Alaskan people are not afraid to talk about death and dark shit either. And like apparently their senator is one of the few senators who really stands up to Trump because they are pretty much, it's a red state. It's oil money. They vote, in their own best fiscal interest, which I understand. But I guess sometimes the senator's like, nah, Trump, fuck you. And again, very like separatist vibes. And I don't blame them. They're like, we've made the decision to live this far away and like live in this climate. We should get the spoils. To the victor go the spoils. Don't steal all our fish and f*** up our environment when you come visit. I should be an Alaskan tour guide. I feel like I got it. I feel like I have a lot to teach. No, Bradley was so cute. Again, such a great tour guide, and giving me all these factoids, but a lot of times he'd be like, I don't know if that's true. He's like, when you say this on stage and people correct you, just know that I don't know if that's true. Oh, man. Yeah, but in summertime, it's different activities, right? It's much more fishing dominant. I think I'm going to learn how to ski. I feel like I could ski.
Yeah, why not? You got a low center of gravity.
Can you ski?
Oh, heavens no. No, I got no balance.
I think Drew can ski, and I almost just said it. Drewski, who Drew loves right now. He's all about Drewski. And I'm all about Drew. What a loser. Every time I say something nice about Drew, I wish a mechanical boxing glove could come out of the wall and punch me in the face.
Oh, Kerryn.
It's so funny. It's the one time they snapped like the paparazzi, or I don't know who it was. It was at Skankfest. They took a picture of me and Drew, but the first one was of Drew walking up to me, and I have like this goofy smile on my face. And I've never been more humiliated in my life. I'm like, this is what it must feel like to want to kill yourself.
The paparazzi over at the
Skankfest. I'm like, is there a booger on your screen? Why is there this picture look like there's a booger in the background? That's a freshly picked booger. So yeah, I don't know. What's so funny?
Just a freshly picked booger.
Sorry. Disgusting. Alaska is like the most ideal place for dogs. If Mabel, if you could just make a trip.
She'd never want to come back.
No, I know.
She'd do that thing like when you walk by the elevators and she just sits there and you have to kind of pick her up and get her to go to the stairs. Because she's lazy and she doesn't want to take the elevator.
I know.
Or she doesn't want to take the stairs.
Take the stairs. Sometimes she does it. I wonder if her joints hurt. I got to get her. I was getting her those joint treats for a while and then I fell off. I'm a bad mom. Is that good? Did you eat that? Was that yummy? Are you saving your poop for me? Are you saving your poop for me for when I walk you? Yes. Did you miss me? I'm going to Puerto Rico. That's the thing. I'm going to Puerto Rico on Thursday morning. And there's some good dogs there too, Mabes. Do you want me to bring you home a Puerto Rican brother or sister? Do you want me to bring you home a puppy? I did miss you, Mabel. You're my best friend. Sorry, guys. I'm going to Puerto Rico. I don't even know where. That's the thing. I was in Alaska, and my friend's bachelorette chat was going nuts. And I'm like, I can't even think. I'm in the northern hemisphere right now. I can't even think about driving ATVs in the jungle or whatever the we're going to do.
It's tough, and then you get too far back, and then you can't even read back to what's going on. It gets too confusing. Then you're just lost.
That's the thing. The only thing I eventually replied to is what seat I was in the plane, and they all just laughed at me. They're like, we don't care. We don't care what seat you're on. Yes. Yes. So, yeah, it's like the shows are really good, too, so that made it nice, and I didn't do a lot of shopping. Actually, I got to call the hotel because I bought my niece earrings, but I think I left them in the hotel. God, I'm an idiot.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's my Alaska recap. What else? Anything? Bradley texted me back. Anything that I should cover? What happened back here in the States? Any
Pope
laws?
dead. Pope's dead.
Oh, right.
I don't know if that affects you in any way.
Can I be honest? The Pope's always kind of dead.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I know the Pope says stuff and people take it seriously, but when you just are the commander of an army of I don't really respect you that much. So sorry the Pope's dead. I understand you probably weren't a pedophile yourself, Pope. But isn't it like also he always has the same name? It's like Pope John Francis II.
Well, that is not always the same, but they get to pick their Pope name.
Yeah, well, they're not original because a lot of them it was like 8 John Francises in a row.
Yeah.
Which is also like a name, you know? Sorry, Tim, you're
It's true. It's true. I agree.
I just like what? And how long before we get a new one? They usually are ready.
They got to conclave it out now. They gotta do their little politicking in the.
Right, a bunch of archbishops got to arm wrestle for the next spot.
They got to figure it out.
They got to like who can fist the boys the best.
The Cardinals got to come in and tweet it up.
Yeah. I would go there. My sister went there to the Vatican.
Yeah.
My sister went there. My sister's like, I think more just in general, she's just a better person than me. But she,
sure, yeah.
Like her moral compass is a little more due north.
Yeah.
But she was really into it. It's like I would go there. If you're like, we're going to the Vatican, I'd be like, all right.
I want to go to the secret spots.
Like where?
Where they got the library that no one can go to, where they got all these books.
Big reader? Tim's like, I got the books.
I'm not going to, I just want to look at the books, I guess.
No, I got it. It's just cracking me up because like most times people are like, I want to go to the secret spot where they have, I don't know, they hide the fucking prostitutes or it's like the best like drugs or booze you can find. So like, where is the collection of books?
Well, it's
that's
like the
what
art
I want
with aliens in it and shit, some of that kind of stuff. If that even exists, I might be making that up.
Aliens fully exist. And that whole thing about the pyramids, too. Somebody asked me about, they were like, Kerryn, you got to check out the pyramids in Alaska. And I was like, what? I might have dreamt that.
Okay. I think there might be pyramids in Alaska. I'm going to look it up real quick.
Yeah, look it up because I also have been having like pretty vivid dreams now that I have all these sights in my eyes of all these magical things I've seen.
No, there are no known or officially recognized pyramids in Alaska. You might have dreamt it.
I might have dreamt it. There's also a guy who keeps tagging me in his stories talking about weird shit. Like, do you ever get those?
No, I'm not. People don't really follow me online.
He keeps tagging me and Shane Gillis. I'm not making this up. I'm going to send it to you. I've never, like, reposted it. Initially, I say, like, me and Shane. I'm like, yo, what up, clout, baby? What is it? And then I open it. It's just, like, some guy with, like, the thing in the background going like this behind his head. And he's like, goobity, 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 goobity. And I'm like, this doesn't have to do with anything.
Damn, you're just hoping one day you and Shane just slip up.
Yeah,
and click accept.
Exactly. If I ever see it in Shane's story, I'm like, oh, I got him. He got him. We're in now. We're doing the psychedelic guy. Yeah, don't forget to check out my special, you guys. April 25th, out on OFTV. And I will be headlining Hilarities in June. That's June 8th. That's a Sunday. I've got a wedding that weekend, too. And then, this is a little bit of a ways out, but in August, I have 2 festivals, the Lafayette Comedy Festival and the Windy City Comedy Festival back to back. I'll be flying in and out and doing things. Just try and support me if you can.
Come on, gang. Support Kerryn. Why would you not?
I know. I don't need these. When is this? Oh, this is going to be out when we're already in Puerto Rico.
It'll be out Thursday. Are you in Puerto Rico Thursday?
Yeah.
All right.
We have a 6:05 a.m. flight. And one of my lovely friends is afraid of snakes.
Oh, yes.
She's been mentioning it. And we're going to be staying in an Airbnb, which is kind of in the jungle. So I did purchase a couple fake snakes. So I'll let you know how these pranks went next week.
Now, is this a prank your sister, a person who's better than you, would do? Or do you think she'd be
my sister would never do this to anyone.
Would she think it was a mean thing to do?
Yes. She's very compassionate and has empathy and is, just like puts the psychology of people ahead of a laugh.
Sure. Are you prepared if it goes south on you and she gets really mad?
I think I'm going to do my best to try to save the prank to the last day.
Okay.
So the worst case scenario, she's mad at me on the flight.
Right.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Yeah.
It's like how you fire a person on Friday or whatever.
Or I could even wait till the flight.
Just put a snake in her chair.
the flight back. Or I can start the flight there, really desensitize her.
Yeah, that'd be good too. I mean, these are all great options.
But then she'll be on edge the whole fucking time. Because I did get 3 different snakes. I got a couple rubber ones, but then I got one that's like has a wire attached to it. So when she walks by, I can be like, yeah. I don't think I'll fall in love with anyone in Puerto Rico, but if the music's good, I might be dancing. Tomorrow, thank God I have the day off and I can really got to recenter myself, get back in the gym. Although, again, the gym at Captain Cook Hotel, very lovely. And beautiful paintings everywhere. And a lot of art, good art, a lot of whale tail stuff. He said we would maybe be able to see a whale driving on the highway, but we didn't.
Damn. So you're just driving, there's the oceans right next to you on the highway.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
See any glaciers?
No. We drove out to Portage Glacier, but the boat that takes you there wasn't running this specific day. But that's okay because I'm going to go back and the glaciers will still be there, knock on wood. The way that Alaskans talk about climate change, too, they don't say the words climate change. They just are kind of like, yeah, it's getting warmer. It's getting a little warmer every year. Things are melting a little more. But that's kind of crazy, right? That the glaciers are melting. It's sad. I didn't see any polar bears or anything. I saw black bears. I saw a male and a female black bear, and they're over on this like mountain kind of area that you can't get to, but you can see them very clearly. And I guess one they just like found, she was abandoned, and another one they found on the side of the road. And so they just like nursed them back to health, and now they just chill. They got jealous. A lot of people I told I saw the bears at the conservatory. They were like, they were out because they had been hibernating, but I came back and they were like, what up? We're ready to fucking party. Mabel's closer to the size of like a black bear.
We saw black bears in Vail.
Oh, yeah?
And they were on the streets.
Oh.
And Micah and I were cautiously walking back to our hotel.
Yeah.
And we were talking to the security guy, and we go, are the black bears around here? He goes, man, you don't got to worry about that shit. He goes, they're just like big raccoons. They want trash. He goes, they're not going to fuck with you. They just want to eat the trash.
I talked to multiple Alaskans who've been mauled by bears.
Really?
And mooses.
Like black bears?
Yeah.
Well, moose, I hear, are really mean.
They can get real aggressive.
Yeah.
This one lady was like showing me, she's like, I got this, and this still hurts. Got mauled by a moose like 2 months ago.
Jesus.
I was like, thanks for coming to the show. It's crazy.
Gimp on out of here, Gimpy.
Yeah. We had to bring bear spray with us on most of our hikes.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I heard what is it? Black, you attack, and brown, you lay down.
Oh, yeah. I heard if it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow.
Oh, yes. That as well. Yes. And I've also heard that Milk Lemonade around the corner, black bears are made. That's what I've heard.
We're just saying stupid fucking nursery rhymes. I would be fully scared, though. No, I'm not trying to get eaten by a bear. I would be scared. I would
crumple to the ground and probably shit myself.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people are like, they have just stories of them being. They're like, my dog got it. That's what the lady said. She's like, my yellow lab was gonna fight the moose that was mauling me. I was like, let's go, labs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I smack her on the butt.
Mabel would try to fuck up a moose. I guarantee it.
Absolutely, Mabel would start it. She would sneak up on the moose. She would climb up on its back, bite its neck, try to bring it to the ground. She'd be like, I'm the alpha. Sorry, I keep leaving, Mabel. I'm going to be here for the month of May, though. Drew is taking me on a surprise for my birthday, so he says. Oh,
your birthday is what, next week?
May 1st.
Wow.
So I guess maybe in a couple weeks. I don't know. But he says he's taking me and Mabel on an adventure.
That's exciting.
Yeah. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to go somewhere away with Mabel so she could run around.
Next week's episode will be out on your birthday, so it'll be your birthday spectacular next week.
I don't even know when my actual birthday is. I mean, I do, but you're saying my birthday's on a Thursday this year?
Yeah, I just looked at it in the calendar.
That's good.
So that'll be good.
Let's see if we missed any questions. I don't know. Do you have anything that you want to talk about? Sydney fucking Sweeney.
What's she up to?
I don't know. Is that her ex-fiance?
She was dating that guy, and then everyone said that she was banging that other guy while they were on that movie together, and then they broke up. And that is a little TMZ update.
Thank you, Timmy Z. Tim MZ. There's plenty to do there.
Mm-hmm. Tim,
TIMZ.
Yeah. There you go. Now we're cooking. Damn. My brain is not working today.
Is there anything about Alaska that makes it better than the other states? Yeah. We don't have mountains and bison. You can't, hey, come visit me in Manhattan. We'll do a bison tour. It's the air, the water, the bottled water there is so good.
Really?
Yeah. It was all glacier water. That's what it said. I believed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the water here in New York is better than most of the rest of the country, too.
New York has good water. But the air, just being outside that much and there's no really bad smells. It's all nice, clean nature smells. So
I was telling my friend was like, man, I don't know if I want to come back to New York. It smells like piss and you just look at trash. I go, well, don't smell and don't look.
Right. Just keep your eyes shut and your nose shut.
Keep your head down and we'll get to where we're going, you fool.
Yeah. Once we're inside, it's not going to smell like urine.
Yeah.
Just shut up. No, the train smells like baked urine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what neighborhood you're in. It's the train itself.
Even I remember when they brought the new A and C trains, I was like, oh, nice. I'm going to get one of the new trains. Piss. Immediate. It was
that's what they do. The people.
Yeah. Yes, that's what they do in there. They piss and shit in there, of course.
That's how they mark their territory. They're like, ooh, new A train. My A train.
Yeah.
Psst, and then they fucking piss all over it. We can't stop them. Even today, or the other day, I was taking the train to MSG, and I got on in a section of the train that had just been cleaned, right? But there was something just sickening about the cleanliness. Like somebody clearly just dumped maybe bleach or some type of chemical solvent.
Yeah.
And cleaned just this one area. And all I could think about was what happened in here not long ago that they needed to dump chemicals on it. I mean, it's either shit, piss, or vomit.
I got on one day and the whole train was, I wasn't thinking because I had just woken up.
Right.
Then I had to run to the train, and the whole train was packed except for one car, and I was like, oh, nice.
No.
And then
he fell for it. He fell for the shit car.
And then I looked, and I was like, oh, someone must have thrown their McDonald's milkshake against the seat. And then the smell hit me. I go, fuck.
So bad.
It was one of the few times I had walked in between the trains. I normally don't do that because I'm nervous that I'll fall out, but I'm nervous I'm going to die.
Yeah, I think those crab traps would smash you up, dude.
But yeah, I got tricked. I got tricked one morning.
It's happened to the best of us. A lot of times it's just, you're like, ooh, empty car. And then there's like, oh, this person seems to have made it empty.
Yes.
With their stench.
Yes, with their stench and sometimes behavior.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, who are you yelling at? I don't see anyone in front of you.
I don't see your tax attorney here.
Who's this lawyer you're getting into an argument with? Yeah, the subway fucking smells, dude.
It's brutal sometimes.
This is still the best city in the world for comedy, and that's why we live here. Sorry. Remember? That was one of the questions. Like, if you had to guess, what would be the new hot spot for comedy? We don't need any more hot spots.
No.
We have New York. You want comedy? Come to New York.
Yeah. They're trying to make Nashville the new spot.
Oh, are they?
I don't know. I think just Nate Bargatze is, but
right. Yeah, he doesn't want to tour anymore, probably. He's like, just keep coming here.
Yeah.
You guys come here. Listen, of course, comedy is everywhere. There was great comedy in Alaska. Shout out to the comics that opened for me every night were really fucking funny. One of them, his name was Ian Young, and he was actually a pro hockey player before, and now he's trying to be a comic or whatever.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Did he have all his teeth?
Yeah. He didn't smile that big. I was watching hockey highlights this morning just because that's what I do. I don't have a boyfriend or anything, but it's just like 10 a.m. hockey highlight time. But I was looking at some guy who scored, and he was just like so fucking. It was such an amazing goal too. He like got it in backwards, and then he smiles, and he has like no teeth. And I'm like, these guys deserve to celebrate themselves and all the accolades because they fucking bash their faces in for this sport. Who gets hurt more, football players or hockey players?
Well,
I feel like hockey players get like it's the dental work for whatever reason.
I think football players get hurt more and sit out of games.
Yeah.
I think hockey players get hurt as much, but then just don't.
No,
they just keep playing.
They walk it out like because they're on the ice. They're like, well, I'm already icing it technically.
I think there's a tougher mentality to the hockey players than any other sport, really.
Yeah, they're like, I'll play with a broken face. I don't care. I'm not going to score a goal with my face.
I mean, goalies used to not wear helmets or masks.
What?
Back in the day, they used to just be helmetless and maskless back there.
What the fuck, dude?
Just
taking pucks to the head?
Take a puck right to the eye.
That's crazy. There's a German Shepherd that can catch hockey pucks. Yeah. Have you seen that?
We're at 45, by the way.
Have you seen the German Shepherd that can catch hockey pucks?
No, I have not.
If you guys have some time to kill, Google that. It only catches the pucks. The guy will fire like stuffed animals at it with the hockey stick, but he waits until the puck comes and he's like,
that's awesome.
Yeah. The Iditarod. How long is the Iditarod?
I'll look it up. How long were you dog sledding for in total?
The ride itself was probably an hour, but you had to go to the place and the kennel, and then they load them, and then you come back and you hang out with them. So like it was the whole day. I would say like from like 11 to 3, I was hanging out with those dogs.
That's awesome. The Iditarod is roughly 1,000 miles.
How long does that take a person to do? A few days, right?
There are 2 routes. You can do the northern route used.
Yeah.
In even numbers, and the southern route is used in odd number years.
Of years, yes. Because Jeremiah was telling me that because he's trying to race the Iditarod. But in order to qualify, you have to do these practice races. And these officials will come and follow you to make sure you're being good to your dogs, that you're racing good, and that you're brushing your teeth. I don't know. I don't know what they do.
So the trail sled dog race typically takes mushers and their dogs between 8 and 15 days to complete.
Whoa.
So that is pretty fucked up that lady was getting on that dude's ass.
I know. It's a fucking it's a trek. It's like something that I think that the Iditarod is what the dog Balto ran to bring medicine back to the villages or whatever he did. Do you know about Balto?
The Disney film Balto?
Yeah,
or is it
based on an Alaskan husky or Malamute or whatever? Because he saved the whole village because he brought back life-saving medicine.
Balto was a famous Siberian husky sled dog who played a crucial role in delivering life-saving medicine to Nome, Alaska.
I told you.
During the diphtheria epidemic in 1925. Holy shit, it was based on a real thing?
Yeah.
Oh, oh my God.
Yes, he's like, there's statues to Balto everywhere. Drew's a big Balto fan. I would be remiss if I didn't mention it because he really is. Like, he brings him up out of nowhere a lot.
Damn, it sounds like my Paddington. I just talk about Paddington constantly.
Who's the bear?
Yeah.
What did Paddington the bear do?
This motherfucker does everything.
Wait, that's what I was doing at the animal conservation too. Like when we couldn't see an animal right first, I'd be like, "Where are these motherfucking reindeer?" There's like kids around. When are we gonna see one of these cocksucking bison? Wait, what did Paddington the bear do? Isn't he fake? Isn't he a teddy bear?
Yeah, he's fake, but he gets into it with the Brown family constantly. And
it's not like he's out here bringing life-saving medicine to the city of Nome.
No, but he did save the bears of Peru in the newest film.
Okay.
That I cried during.
Yep, I believe it. Yeah, you want to know a little crowd work moment that hit in Alaska? So my shows were near Anchorage, and there was one couple that just got married, and I was like, "You guys going on a honeymoon?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Where are you going, Juneau?" Killed.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I mean, that's just classic good stuff. That's the kind of stuff when I make a clip like that, Micah's like, why did you why? Who's this for? I was like, I thought it was funny.
Fucking awesome.
The audience thought it was funny.
Where are you guys going? Juneau? I was just so proud. I knew one other city.
Where were they going?
They hadn't decided yet.
Oh.
Probably lower 48.
Oh, yeah, classic.
Maybe California.
Look down on us, then come in with it, and then they come and do their little tour to here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah. Alaskan people come here and they're like, what? Where do we go to kill our lunch? Now we're just going to eat regular.
They bring in a big squirrel to a restaurant,
Yes.
and they're like, will you cook this for me?
BYOS? No? Different. I love it. I can't wait to go back. I want to like bring my nephew like during the summer because I think he'd love it. Like the fishing just seems like it's so much fun. I would like to, either time of year, winter or summer.
My uncle said the only problem during the summer is the mosquitoes.
Oh yeah,
they get really
Your
bad.
Uncle sounds like a little bitch. No,
well,
I'm kidding.
that actually is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
That he's a bitch.
Yeah. Now my cousin not so much, but my uncle yes.
Maybe it is bad in the summer.
I think it's really bad because of all the standing water.
Yep.
And mosquitoes breed because they have 3 million lakes.
Did you know that?
I did not. I had no idea.
Are you sure? You know what's funny? I'm a fucking cunt. So
that's funny.
The first time Bradley told me we're at breakfast, and I was like, yeah, right. And I Googled it, and I got like another number for whatever reason. There's maybe 3,000 like specific name lakes, and I was like, I didn't even go further in my research. I was like, you're wrong, Bradley. You're an idiot. And then while we're out dog sledding, Jeremiah, like big alpha dude dog sledder, he's like, did you know there's 3 million lakes in Alaska? And I was like, that's crazy. I like just believed him immediately. And Bradley's on the back going, yes. He was so happy. But yeah, I can't get over the 3 million lakes, dude. If that was my state, it would be, the state of 3 million lakes. Like, who cares about Minnesota?
Yeah.
You got a gig there? I'll do it. I'll go anywhere.
I'm looking at you, Acme Comedy Club.
Yeah. Book me. All right. I think I covered a lot.
Yeah.
Got a lot done. It's a beautiful day here in New York. I'm going to take Mabel for a walk because she's saving her poop for me.
And we've done 2 hour-long walks today already. Yeah.
And no poop.
No, well, she didn't poop this morning. We went out at 5. We went from 5 to 6 this morning. I like to keep Mabel on Kerryn time.
Yeah.
And then
Kate struggles.
What?
Kate, not Kate. Well, Kate will do it once in a while if Mabel really bugs her.
Well, no, I try to wake myself up because if I don't do it, Mabel will lick my foot, and I can't be woken up like that.
No.
It burned me to my core. So I was like, I'd rather the alarm than Mabel lick my foot. Because I woke up ready to fight the dog. I was
right.
I was like, what the fuck? So I can't wake up like that. And then, so we got up and got going, and then we did an hour-long walk from 10 to 11 today. And
you tired, Mabes? Did she eat?
She ate. She had her patty. She's
saving your poop for mama.
She's been being a very good dog.
You save your poop for mama. You save your poop for mama. I love you.
And she only barked at one dog and tried to eat one bird.
That's good.
Not too bad for old Mabes.
I'll give you a B. B minus. B.
You should have gotten the bird. You would have got an A, Mabel.
Yeah. Like an A for a vet visit.
She did a big chomp, too.
And she'll do it. Because she doesn't, with dogs at least, you can tell if she's going to bark at one. She'll lock in eye contact wise and like give you, and like squirrels too. But birds, it's like you're like walking on and she's like, ah.
Yeah, the one dog looked exactly like her today, and I go, "You gotta chill, bro."
Yeah.
And Mabel was like, I was like, "Chill out, dude.
Chill out, Mabes. Don't bark at dogs that look like you, you fucking weirdo narcissist." What if I did that? If a woman looked like me and I was like, "Fuck you, bitch!" That'd be crazy. I would get arrested. They'd be like, "Why'd you do that?" She looked like me.
She looked like me, and I hate that bitch.
I hate her. All right, support us, support Tim. Thanks for listening. We're out.